I didn't see.
This this is the best we can do on short notice. I actually
Uh
have a hat that
huh.
looks like an Indiana Jones hat, but
Uh
Evan
huh.
got a hold of it, and I don't know where it is. So he
Because
got a
now
hold
you
of.
look like Kevin Hart from Jumanji.
Well, I mean that's about as close as I'm going to get as the Indiana Jones.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, if you've met us, Harrison Ford or Kevin Hart, who do you think I'm closer to?
Honestly, maybe Harrison Ford. You're both old,
Really?
grumpy men. Yeah.
I
I
am
don't.
offended
Yeah.
by that.
I'm just saying.
Hey,
I don't know.
so
I don't know how you do. I don't know if you can fly a plane or not. But yeah.
he can't fly a plane, obviously.
I mean, you maybe y'all about the same then. I don't know. We got a new Indiana Jones official trailer. We had a teaser before.
Yep.
Um, I'm kind of excited about this movie.
Are you?
Uh, yeah, I like the idea of a serial adventurer. Um, I've liked the Uncharted series for that. I've liked the Tomb Raider
Mm-hmm.
games, and the movies just because I like the idea of somebody being a serial adventurer. Like I said, I like movies like was it Romance in the Stone and Jewel of the Nile
Mm-hmm.
with Michael Douglas and who's the woman? You know actors and actresses. Who's the woman?
Right now, I'm trying to trying to keep this hat on. The mini adventurer, short round over here.
There we go. Fair enough. Kathleen Turner. Man, I could think of Kathleen Turner's name. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I just like that idea of a one man band kind of going out
Mhm.
and doing stuff.
Well,
Um,
technically, he's not a one man band. He has a support system.
yeah, sure, but like he kind of makes everything kind of revolves around him almost.
Well,
Um,
here's the thing: Indiana Jones is one of those movies and one of those franchises that it's hard to duplicate. You went through a litany of people who have tried this. None of them have succeeded.
what do you mean?
So if you think about it, when you think of archaeologist adventurer, right? Harrison Ford and Indiana Jones is the pinnacle.
Hmm.
Everybody else is a pale imitation to what George Lucas and Harrison Ford created with that first movie. Yeah, you have your Laura Croft, you have your Uncharted with Nathan Drake, yeah, you have your Romancing the Stone and Alan Quartermain, but all of them paled in comparison. None of them have been able to sustain the legacy in movies because say what you will, none of them have hold a candle to the fact of what Indiana Jones is.
Yeah, sure, but I don't know that they're trying to.
They are. I mean, they're trying to
I think
capture that. They're
I
trying to
don't.
capture the.
I would argue that they're not trying to be exactly Indiana Jones. I mean, they
No,
realize what they are.
I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to capture the magic of being an adventurer and an archaeologist of forgotten treasures and forgotten societies and civilizations, while still having that action adventure moxie along with that pulp feel to it. No one has come close to what Indiana Jones has done. Indiana Jones is such a huge presence that remember the young Indiana Jones adventures.
I didn't see it, but I know what you're talking about.
So I mean, I guess the fact that we're getting another movie, I know, buddy, that's right. Um, I think that the legacy of Harrison Ford and what he created looms large over everything that everybody has been kind of trying to chase that same kind of high,
Hmm.
that idea of here's this guy who's an action adventurer. And here's another thing too that I think that a lot of people forget about these action movies from back in the day and these action stars because Harrison Ford is an action star. He's an icon. He's a legend. He
Sure.
didn't always win. He lost a lot of times. And I think that's something that's missing in a lot of these movies. When you look at all the movies like The Rock and Jason Statham, they walk in, and I bring them up for perfect example, Hobbs and Shaw, where they're supposed to be these badasses and they're trading punches and they can't lose. Like Indiana Jones got his ass whipped several times.
Sure. Yeah. I
He,
mean,
and so
I think
I think
we talked
that's
about this a while ago. Go ahead.
yeah. And I think that's part of the appeal that this guy keeps getting back up even after he keeps getting knocked back down. He's not he may be one of the smartest people, but it's almost like the world is against him and he just finds a way to win no matter what. And some of it's just dumb luck.
Sure. I think we talked about this a long time ago when on our other channel, News 19 Nerds, of one thing that I always admired about Jackie Chan is that he didn't win every fight. I mean, eventually he would win the fight, but he got the shit kicked out of him a lot
He
before that
did.
happened.
Oh yeah.
And that really sold you on the idea that, oh, this person can be hurt. Kind of the same thing with John Wick. I mean, John Wick is a badass, but he gets the crap kicked out of him too. So it kind of means more once he wins that fight.
Yeah, how many times did John Wick fall out of a building and get hit by a car in these
John
four
Wick should be
movies?
dead. Yeah,
John Wick literally is dead. He probably is a phantom.
yeah.
Just
Oh, maybe
as
that's what John Wick 5 is going to be. We're like, he been dead this whole time.
oh, so you know they
And it's
did
a
a
Jason's lyric type, or Jason, not Jason.
so
Lyric,
you know they said
Jacob's ladder,
um
not Jason.
there there's a give me those back, man. I need those. Fine. Um what is he doing behind me? Because I can't see. Can I have those back? You can put them back on my face. Thank you. Um, so Chad Stileski and Keanu Reeves did a question and answer session, and
Mhm.
they did talk about the fact that Dante's Inferno plays a really big part of the mythos, and there's similarities. So people were wondering, is John Wick actually already dead? And this is one of these the levels of hell he's having to descend.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Okay.
so they were like, "Whoa, yeah, we took some references, but you guys, wow." But
Yeah.
but yeah, like going back to the whole Indiana Jones, and let's get to the trailer after this. I think one of the appeals of the fact is that he is a regular man. He's not
Mhm.
a super soldier. He's not buff like The Rock, where you don't see any neck. He's not huge. The punches land. He loses. He gets stuff stolen from him. You know, he doesn't always get the girl. It's you can identify with him, and I think that's something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's something. Let's see if we see that, because here's the thing: Indiana Jones has now got to be 60, at least in the
In the
Indiana Jones
canon?
in the
Yeah,
canon.
sure.
So how does a man who has fought the Nazis, who's seen the chalice of Christ? Interesting that we're talking about the chalice of Christ, and Easter's coming up. But the things that he's seen, how does that work in a new world that he's in? Because this movie is set in what, the 60s, the 70s?
No clue.
So how does a man who has lived such a long life acclimate himself to the new world? That's
Let's
going to be
find out.
hard to. Hey, let's watch. Look. I got my hat.
I'm retiring.
Well, in that case, what are we drinking?
Same for the goddaughter.
Dad told me you found something on a train during the war. A dial that could change the course of history.
Why are you chasing the thing that drove your father crazy?
Don't move.
We need to get out of here.
Stop!
Sorry.
Helena!
Dr. Jones, get him.
Oh, he's in New York.
Unacceptable.
Hitler made mistakes, and with this, I will correct them all.
Oh.
You stole it. Then you stole it.
And I stole it. It's called capitalism.
Yeah.
Fasten your seatbelts. There might be some turbulence.
You've taken your chances, made your mistakes. And now a final triumph.
Indy! Give him hell, Indiana Jones!
A few times in my life, I've seen things. I've been tortured with voodoo. Been shot 9 times, including once by your father.
Sorry!
But I've been looking for this all my life.
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
June 30th. Are you going to go to theaters to see it?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Baby allowing. Yeah,
Yeah, that is definitely. I that is something I would also go to the theaters to see for sure.
It's freaking Harrison Ford and Indiana Jones, man. They look. If I saw Crystal Skull in the theater, you damn sure I'm gonna see this in the theater.
Oh
You
yeah, I don't
can't
know.
get
I
worse
can't
than
remember if I
Crystal.
saw Crystal Skull in the theater. I may
You,
have.
I have. I did. They got my
Man,
money.
Sean Williams, what a dude.
The greatest.
I mean, just goat upon goat. Yeah, man. What scores upon scores.
Scores on scores on scores on scores.
Basically, yeah. I like
He's the
this. I like
Jay Z
this.
of soundtracks.
Yeah. Um, I like this. I'm happy Phoebe Waller Bridge is in it,
Hmm.
and so I don't know my Indiana Jones lore well enough. We know that that's his
Goddaughter.
goddaughter. Who is her daughter? Do we know? Or who is her dad? Do we know yet?
I believe it is. Um, you don't want to wear it? I believe it's the guy who ran the museum. Hold on, let me see.
Okay.
Sorry, my monitor just died on me, so I'm trying to. Let me go back.
It says Helena Shaw is her name. So was it the guy's name Shaw? I don't know.
Um,
And tell me, to be fair, she could have a different last name from him. So whatever.
sorry, my thing's not working, and I'm trying to hold on to this baby.
It's
So
all good. Chat will let us know.
they always do.
Right.
But yeah, I'm like the appeal of Indiana Jones is the fact that he is an archaeologist, but he is an everyman.
Hmm.
He's he's not a he's not a know-it-all.
No.
He loses as much as he wins, but his heart's in the right place and he's fighting the ultimate evil. Nazis. Like, this isn't hard, people. Nazis are bad. Like, I don't know why we have to have this argument every so often where people are like, well, maybe. No, there is no well, baby. Nazis are bad.
Nazis are bad.
Nazis are bad. We have a whole game industry devoted to killing them. Wolfenstein. BJ Blazkowicz did not die, so you can be well actually about Nazis. Anyway, um, ain't that right, buddy? So I say all of that. That's right. Get excited. Um, that Harrison Ford embodies that spirit of adventure.
Hmm.
And I hope they capture it. I hope they cap it off. And honestly, I hope they leave this franchise. If this is the last one, I hope this is the swan song that we want. That
Sure.
he's able, and they don't recast and put Chris Pratt as Indiana Jones or whoever the next new hot thing.
Well, I mean, Phoebe Waller Bridge is your new Indiana Jones, right? Or
I
your
would
new adventurer.
I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that because it's not Indiana Jones.
Sure.
It would be something else. It'd be something different. I'm not opposed to that, but I don't want to see like the next Sam Worthington because remember when they were trying to make him a thing or uh who was the guy who did
Taylor Kitsch.
Taylor Kitsch? Yes. Uh,
I like John Carter from Mars.
I was about to say
I realize it's not great, but I enjoyed it.
I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
I just felt like they didn't do the source material right. But I did like him in True Detective season 2. I like True Detective season 2. And I think that was actually not bad. Um, but your girl's in it too, from Yellowstone.
And
The
what?
wife. She's Vince Vaughn's partner in season 2 of True Detective. Go back and watch. Yeah, the redhead from
Okay.
Yellowstone.
Okay.
Dutton. She's.
Okay.
Oh, I'm trying. I can't. I'm blanking out on names right now. But anyway, yeah. I'm not opposed to that. I'm not opposed to Phoebe Waller being the new carrying on the legacy, the mantle. I'm not opposed to that.
Chat, let us know. Are you excited about this movie? Are you going to go see it in theaters? Is Indiana still relevant to you, or is Indiana Jones and his time over? Let us know. As always, you can find us here on YouTube. You can also find us on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, all the places. Either retrying, y'all. Type them both in, see what comes up. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Click on that bell so you know when more stuff comes up. I think that's it. Leroy and Owen are about to go on an adventure. I'm going to sleep. We're out.
This boy is an adventure.